Howdy doodly, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? We have a fantastic set for us going on. We do have our scrum tonight with our team. Thanks Gaming. Who's our opponents? Well, you probably saw already in the title there, but it is going to be Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush is going to be our team for this evening. Set of 6 games going to come in here. We're going to do 3 games with Thanks Gaming in the first pick slot in the draft. Then we're going to swap over and do 3 games with Sugar Rush in the first pick slot. The points don't matter. They're just there to keep track for ego's sake. But just because, we might mess with them a little bit tonight. Who knows? But we already have a ready check from Sugar Rush. We're just waiting for Thanks Gaming to give their ready. And they just did. So game number 1 is going to get underway right now. So let's get it going. Let's get it going. And yes, we are in tournament mode. Groudon finally added to tournament mode. Thank you, Timmy, for all of that stuff. Although I do wish we kept the 3 bands each. It's no longer blind pick bands. We're back to 2 bands each. I really wish we kept the 3 bands because that 3rd band really allowed those in both first and second pick to just throw out some staple bands as well as a target band. And I think it really diversified the game. But we're already coming in here, and no surprise, Thanks Gaming locking in Darkrai Hoopa, and no surprise, we're getting rid of Blissey Comfey for Sugar Rush. These are powerful Pokemon in their own rights, but looks like we're already anti-supporter coming into game number 1. We have Kudon, no Fairy, gonna be locking in that Suicune. With the lack of a 3rd band, Suicune is left on the table. We're gonna pick that right up. It's gonna be yum 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 ours right in the pocket there. We do have Snorlax, which is what Hero is looking at, but probably Soul is going to be looking at. No, the swapping Pirate King into the Dodrio. Very interesting. Looked going into Psyduck. Oh, there we go. So the one thing, so I like Psyduck here. Psyduck is a very powerful first pick. You can't have Suicune, you can take Psyduck. Very, very strong. I don't know if I would take Dodrio this early. You have priority Pokemon like Snorlax, such as Clefable. You have a lot of different priority Pokemon that you can reveal at this time. Dodrio is not a priority Pokemon. What it does is it reveals your strategy, reveals your damage as well this early. So, but hey, if Sugar Rush has a plan in the cooks there, like, I'm all for it. But we're already going to have Mamoswine Delphox coming out. Mamoswine's going to be a very powerful picker. You're going to be able to go in with that Ice Bag, be able to pull a Pokemon over, such as Ho-Oh, which is on Gasper. Kudon coming in on that Snorlax. Very aggressive early game on both Pokemon here. Gasper most likely going to the top side, Kudon most likely going to the bot side. But yeah, that Ho-Oh is going to have a very hard problem. It has a very important job to not get KO'd. It can't be too open on the front lines there. Maybe this is a Fire Spin game to avoid the CC from Delphox's own Fire Spin, as well as from the Mamoswine Ice Bang. Because if one Ice Bang hits or one bad Fire Spin hits onto that Ho-Oh, you're cooked. It's gone, and you're just gonna, and that Unite move is no longer gonna be in your pocket for 2 reasons. 1, Ho is no longer on the board, and for 2, when you get KO'd, you drop most of your points anyways. But we're gonna have Armor Rouge locked in on Sugar Rush, very powerful Pokemon, and since they're most likely going to be Fire Spin as well. Finally gonna be rounding out Cramorant on Blastoise, which is our boy Seal, as well as JK on that Greninja. Already our players are absolutely thriving with with tournament mode being back, because you can change the names of you can change your names in tournament mode. And already they're going to town on it. But this game number 1 is going to be interesting because we have 2 different strategies here. We have a nice team fight strategy from the side of Sugar Rush, focused around the Mamoswine Delphox picks. Psyduck can even do it with Psychic there. And we have a very CC heavy, very bulky core centered around that Greninja and the Suicune here. But here we go, game number 1. Thanks Gaming, your purple team, Sugar Rush, your orange team, and let's get this underway. I always get complained and yelled at that I always covered top side way more. Not my fault, all the action happens up there, but we'll cover bottom side here for a little bit. Already going on the engage. Kudon going deep already. Nice block there by the by Hero, being able to try to stop that tackle. But when you're going to try to stop that tackle, you have to be mindful of the fact that Snorlax can still get you. Nice secure on both of those from the side of Sugar Rush. Now we're already got huge engage up here on the top here already. We do have 9 points on both Cramorant and Jamixity. That is going to be huge, and we're already going to be pumping that up to 10 on that Blastoise there. Nice. We're getting lots of experience up top already. We're looking to get that War Turtle as soon as possible, and it looks like we're going to have it right here. Right before 850s, we are 4-man strong. We have the full combo here on Suicune for Ice. We're going straight for the farm. Not going for KOs, but now that the farm's gone, the Swablu's Alterias are down. They're going straight for the engage there. That's 1 KO on that side deck there coming in. Now they got to look for scores here. 25 coming in from War Turtle, 19 from Greninja, 19 from the Suicune, and 8 from Holo. But now they got to look for advantage here. Kudon is down in the bottom lane doing incredibly good work against a Delphox and a Piloswine. It is not, or a Swine up there. It's not a Piloswine yet, which means no Ice Fang. Fairy has returned to the bottom lane, so Snorlax Suicune is back in this bottom lane. Piloswine is now online here, so this is going to be fantastic. Regidrago's now on the field. It's going to come down to which teams respect it more. Sugar Rush already wants Regidrago. They got 4 members into the center here, but Thanks Gaming is not far behind. They've also got 4 people in. Nice stuns and freezes from the Suicune. Nice heavy slam coming in, but the Delphox is going to secure the Regidrago. We're looking already at a KO on the side deck there, but looking, Hero goes down as well. The momentum shift from the side of Sugar Rush was killed right before, or sorry, was crushed right before it was able to get started here. Now we have Kudon coming in, nice engage from the back. We do not have block to try to isolate this side deck anymore. The headache is going to come off. We have cooldowns unleashed, but Hero is all alone on the top doing everything they can to freeze and lower the score speed onto that front pad here, but it's not going to be enough. Snorlax looking for that 7. It needs it for that engage. Nice. We just got level 7. Heavy slam block is now online. We're going to break the bottom pad. We now take 165 to 75 here. Reg Ice is going to be our objective in the bot lane. Already, Pirate King is starting the top onto this Regieleki. This is their golden ticket. They want to put this through. They need some sort of experience. We do have our Unite move. Psyduck going instantly for the vision and for the stuns. Pirate King is not able to get into this. They're going for it. They're trying. Holo gets the secure on the Regieleki. Pirate King was not able to do that. Now they have to back up, eat some berries, and look for a way to engage on this push. They're already taking a flanking position. Snorlax coming in. Nice block there, trying to push the Regieleki in, but Hero gets in behind them. Able to stop it. Nice pick on the Holo there, but not able to follow up. But they do bring it into the Phantom Fireworks, which they come out from in Intel One Trick. Hero goes down. Pirate King's in deep. It's Greninja. We have 3 down on Thanks Gaming, but Greninja's going in on to one until One Trick takes them down. Regieleki is going to crash. Dodria's going into the bottom lane to score. Armor Rouge is backing up, but this does leave Tier 2 with no jump pads able to be scored on. Psyduck is all alone. Armor Rouge collapsing in on Fairy there as JK is now putting a lot of pressure onto the side farm. You got 40 points here. They're looking to get away. Can they do it? No, they can't. The side shock from the Armor Rouge was able to just clip them flippers and put them back into Nurse Joy's hands. Already we are seeing a push into this top lane here from the side of Sugar Rush. Going straight inside. I tries to go for 17, but Gasper's right there with the flamethrower on Holo. And we have 3 members of Sugar Rush dancing around 2 members of Thanks Gaming. Holo does have its Unite move before Suicune does, so that is really powerful to have right now, but we do want that Suicune Unite move online. 185 to 92. We just hit the 5-minute mark. Jump pads are now online. But this engage is coming in. The Sai is coming out with the headache boost. We're going to take down that Delphox, though Greninja able to get into the back lines. They're already getting mauled on by that Mamoswine and taken down and sent back. Ho-Ho's coming in with the revival. Greninja is back. All of Hero's hard work take it down as Blastoise gets a double knockout on the Psyduck and Mamoswine. Geminixity has to back off. They're going straight for pad defense there. With the Fire Spin, they might be able to do it, but they need backup. Good thing those jump pads are up. Thanksgiving putting in a lot of pressure into this central path here. We want to capture as many of these wild Pokemon as possible. This is going to give us a lot of experience here. The side of Sugar Rush needs to get their levels online. Armor Rouge finally getting online at level 12 here. We're going to be going to par with the Greninja and the Blastoise. Now we need the Dodrio as well as the Delphox to also come online. Get those level 12s. We're already starting to farm our 13s there. We're going to collapse on the Regieleki, but it looks like Sugar Rush isn't going to be able to get to it. Snorlax and Suicune are doing excellent jobs being able to zone. Maybe they can do a good job to try to get it. That's the Suicune Unite coming out. We do have the Fanciful Fireworks going to take down the Fairy there, send her back. Already we have JK into the back lines. Pirate King goes, or Psyduck goes down here. We have Armor Rouge down, Mamoswine down. The lines are collapsing. It's Dodrio and Delphox for the defense to collapse on the front lines. Regieleki does get taken, Blastoise gets taken down, but Regieleki goes in. Revival coming in. No, those are points being scored. Ho-Oh scored 25 points to break the pad. 280 to 137. Not an ideal situation to be in, but not the worst. Sugar Rush still has a way back into this. If they can bring this front tier 1 pad down onto the bottom side to a little bit lower, not break it yet, save it for the double points, this could be their ticket back into this game. It has the least amount of shields and heals per second that's going to be healed onto the side of Thanks Gaming. So if is going to be a push on pad, that would be the pad to do it. Dodrio's locked in with 44 points. If we are going to get scores to just bring it low and not break it, that would be the Pokemon to do it. 10 seconds until we have our basement Reggie back in the game. We already have Sugar Rush not interested in this bottom objective. They know it's a trap, which is it going to be? Registeel. Thanks Gaming is salivating over this right now. Sugar Rush is groaning, being like, oh, of course it couldn't be a Regice. Why couldn't it ever be a Regice or Regirock? Snorlax coming in and Kudon with a nice heavy slam onto Gemixity. Groudon's here in 5 seconds. So whatever engagement is here and that's happening now is important. Mamoswine on Hero has to eject, but they're collapsed on. They get taken down. That's all they can do. They can't do anything without the teams coming in for the follow-up. 32, 32, 33 coming in for the side of Dodrio. 233 to 280. It's not going to be enough to put them ahead, but can they make a way to come back into this? Greninja is incredibly low on HP, but getting that back, already back to full HP. We're going to have another Delphox go down. Psyduck is down. Armor Rouge just gets taken down. Pirate King is doing everything they can to stay in this game. Now we're going to have Thanksgiving collapse onto this Groudon. We do have Pirate King with the Unite move. The Dodrio Unite, they don't have. They're coming in for it. They don't know. They do not get it. Greninja with the secure. Pirate King taken down. Armor Rouge is coming back. They have to get this down, but Harrow is down now. 2 KO streak as we get a 5-man push onto this tier 2. Armor Rouge is here. Delphox is here. Psyduck is here. They can do this. They have to push this down. They got to get this done. But 1, 2, 3 down for the side of Sugar Rush as this game number 1 is going to go to the side of Thanks Gaming. A full team wipe at this stage. It is all but over. 826 to 233. What a fight going in from both sides. That was actually really close. It was a dominating performance from Thanks Gaming, but Sugar Rush was not out of it. And you know what? They haven't given up yet. Dodrio's looking to get as many points in as possible. But yeah, no, this was a fantastic showing from both teams there. It came down to a flip. Smart positioning, smart plays. That's all they needed to come back into this. That's all they needed to get into it. And they almost had it as well. Dodrio almost had that Groudon secure. But that's one of the beautiful things I like about Groudon as well, is that it's not an instant win objective. Even if you get it, even if you get the steal, that doesn't guarantee that your team's going to win, because it's not an instant score. It's not a guaranteed score. It's a increased score speed score, and then you still got to play around it. You still got to strategize. So that is the one thing I like about the Groudon here. Let's go take a look at some of the stats here. Got a lot of KOs on both sides here, but 12 KOs on the JK, 81K on JK, 80 on Cramorant, 65 coming in on Delphox. Delphox was a problem, absolutely. We did not get as many picks as we like on the Mamoswine or the Psyduck there. I think we needed to play more as a 5 or even a 4-man here. With it, maybe even swap out the Armarouge for maybe a Ceruledge, something to help sustain the damage on the front lines while allowing Delphox to stay in the back there more securely. Because the Revenant Rend with the Fanciful Fireworks, that is a deadly combo. But all right, let's go. Let's head back. What's up? You can see my beautiful mug again. Look at that. I'm so pretty. And my dinosaur hoodie. But we're going to wait for the ready check now from both teams. But yeah, I think those are the pivots the teams need to make for those comps. Coming into game 2, though, you have to think about what the problem was. Suicune's a problem. So when you're in a second pick position there and you give up Suicune, Suicune's definitely going to come in. Like, there's no two ways about it. So what's one of the ways that you're able to combat Suicune? Ban it. If you're not first pick, ban the Suicune. So that means you have to give up one of your bans. We banned Blissey, we banned Comfey. So why are we banning Blissey? Well, Blissey is a very strong pocket Pokemon. In the hands of Thanks Gaming, they like to play it with Decidueye or Garchomp or something where they can just kind of burst you. So where a Pokemon like Slowbro comes in, its Unite move, the Slow Beam, may not be as effective once you get the Bliss Assist off on it. So that's one thought process. The Comfey, Sweet Kiss, very, very annoying thing to have to deal with. So you have to pick and choose what your poisons are going to be. With only 2 bans, you can't lock out every form of CC. But both teams are ready. So let's get into game number 2. Thanks, Gaming, going to stay on your purple side. Because again, we're doing 6 games set. We're doing 3 games in first pick, 3 games in second pick. So Sugar Rush will be first pick in 2 games. That means we got 5 more games ahead of you. Now we're in the bans here. JK coming in with the first ban. Remember, these are not vote-based bans anymore. It's I ban, you ban, I ban, you ban. So already we're getting rid of that Hoopa. We do not like Hoopa. Intel One Trick locking out the Blissey. Do not like Blissey. Get rid of that Blissey, because we don't like that. Oh, I thought I had there we go. But yeah, we do not like Blissey. I just realized our names are off center, so we're going to fix that. And our score is actually off for some reason. Well, we fixed that there. All right. All right, so here we are. We're going to lock in. So we're going to ban out the Comfey. Suicune's still coming in, so we're first picking the Suicune. So already we're doing great there. Fortunately, Sugar Rush thinks they have a way to defeat this if they're letting Suicune through a game. So we got to see if they're able to actually do that. And one of the ways they're going to try to do that, Snorlax. We allowed the Snorlax to get on the other side. First off, we're going to bring it back. But we're locking in the Dodrio again in the second pick slot. Maybe we're trying to hide something. Maybe we're just like, we're going to take Dodrio anyways. They're not interested in Dodrio. Maybe there's not so much of a power pick as we want. We're going to base our comp around what tanks they take or what kind of supporter they take. So that is kind of like a dangerous strategy to do because, again, you're opening the entire roster. But if you're banning out the ones that you're scared of, and you're just kind of like, well, you just go ahead and have first pick. You do whatever. Then I don't see why not. But we got that Pikachu with the Zacian coming in here for the side of Sugar Rush as well. Very strong, aggressive lane early on with that Zacian. Pikachu is going to be a support Pikachu with an XP share. That is going to be very, very good, especially if you run the Volt Tackle build. Although Mage might be the way to go. Who knows? Could be that Thunder Volt Tackle build. That would be it. That could be an interesting one as well. Thunder Volt Tackle. Lock down the target as you thunder them up. Tinkaton going to be rounding out Sugar Rush's pick. And guys, we did not let that go to the wayside. We're looking at Thanks Gaming, and we are seeing triple tank again. Gasper on that Umbreon, most likely playing the Wish variant for those heals. Kudon on Trevenant, so we have lots of stuns, CC, and bulk already between the two of them, as well as Sustain. Seal Cramorant coming in on that Goodra. Goodra's going to be up in the face of everybody. However, the one thing Goodra has to watch out for is that Tinkaton, because Tinkaton has massive lifesteal and is able to just deal out massive amounts of damage to the Goodra. Although Goodra does have healing rather than built-in shields, so unlike Metagross, which relies on sustain through its shields and Gyro Ball, we could see a decent matchup with this Goodra into the Tinkaton. But this is all built around the Decidueye. But we have gold badge on that Decidueye, and that is going to be a monster to try to deal with. Most likely with the X attack there, we could see Razor Leaf, but with a lot of this, we could see Snipes coming in as well, because they don't have a lot of dive options outside of that Dodrio. But guys, game number 2 is underway. Thanks Gaming, your purple team. Sugar Rush, your orange team. And look at that, Fairy. Look at this. I am following the bottom lane. Look at that. 2 for 2. What are you going to say about this now? She's recording her POV, so she'll be like, of course, after I start recording my POV, you follow bot lane. Yeah, I get that. Nice engage already, but we have an invade from the Snorlax. Hero already being able to get onto that blue buff, taking it. So already JK is not going to have their level 5. We're trying to get onto the Snorlax here, but we can't just willy-nilly fight it. Snorlax is just doing its job, wasting its time. Decidueye's basic attack stacks have backed off. We're trying to whittle the Snorlax down. But I mean, it does have opportunities to rest. Hero is doing its job, but it's not just doing its job, it's buying time. Dodrio's coming over. We are here, ready for the double invade. We get the secure on Hero, but we also get the KO on the Snorlax. JK is already taken down. We're going straight for the jungle invade. No assistance from Thanks Gaming. If your jungler's taking way too long, maybe send a little assistance to try to help them. Or maybe try to find a way to pressure the lane. Although into Zacian there, we did get the Zacian at level 4. Level 5 on Suicune here. We do have our second move. 30 seconds till Regieleki comes back in to already go in for another invade. Trying to keep that JK down. Decidueye is one of the crutches of this comp there, and Dodrio is going to secure it. Level 4. Rowlet stood no chance against the Pirate King themselves. Dodrio coming in and pillaging and looting all of the central farm from Decidueye. Decidueye is still tiny little Rowlet. We do not have Dark Tricks. We're going to pick up the Sliggoo. Gasper also very low HP. We have to be very mindful of how we do this because we don't have the Wish. No damage reduction, no healing, no pickups. Pirate King is dominating this match at level 8, allowing the Tinkaton to also go into that central path to farm it up. Drago is here. We're going for it, but the Zacian gets it. 20 points in the pocket there. That's going to be massive as it dives in on the Suicune. But Zacian is going down here. Grabbed by the Sliggoo. Massive KO, allowing them to come back into this gap. But Jamixity and probably Soul are down in the bottom lane. They're defending very well. You can't just go willy-nilly against the Tink. Tinkaton is a very powerful Pokemon. We're able to dish out lots of heavy attacks, but Gigaton Hammer comes in. Nice stuns there, combined with Hero's heavy slam, but we aren't able to capitalize on it. Probably Soul already coming in with that Thunder combo. Do we have the Thunderbolt tackle, or is it Thunderbolt? It is Thunderbolt, so we're pure Mage Pikachu. So we're not going to be able to lock down a certain target, but we do have a lot of secure. Already we're giving up this bottom lane to go for the top side here. So Cramorant is already up here, Kudon's up here, Fairy, Gasper, and JK all up here taking the Registeel. They have that attack and special attack boost now. Now they got to go for some form. Now they need to go for some sort of push here. Regieleki does go in, but they don't break the T1 pad. Dodrio coming in from behind on JK there to be able to stun it. Razor Leaf coming out, but it's not going to be enough. JK gets taken down by the Dodrio. Dodrio, massive level 10 to JK's tiny level 8. We hit double digits already as Thanksgiving falls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Massive points already coming in for the side of Sugar Rush. 158 to 4. They have taken a commanding lead, not just in levels, but in score. These jungle invades were what helped set them back. So we got to make a way to try to find out where this farm is. They know they're going to be coming back, but we have the Knock Knock online. JK's now finally level 10. We're bigger than the Zacian now. It used to be the other way around. We take them down. Now we're going for the Snorlax here. Hero needs to get out. We have the Heavy Slam, but doesn't work. Knock Knock takes the KO. We do burn that Unite move, though. No objectives yet, so it's possible we might have it coming up. It all depends on how well we're able to pivot into this. Nice Horn Leash to pull it away from the other bush, which that Tinkaton is waiting in. Might not have seen it there, but the Dodrio's going for 30 cap in the back. That is going to put them up to 215. 10-10-10. Kudon with a nice zoning, but Tinkaton is behind. Knocks up Gasper there, but we do have the Decidueye still in the back. Razor Leaf raining out. Shields are coming in. Heals are coming through. This Tinkaton goes down. That's one of the bigger threats, but Pikachu's going to help isolate and take down JK there from the help of Snorlax. Very powerful Pokemon as Thanks Gaming is now on the back foot in this game. 215 to 4 as another Regieleki is going to fall to the side of Sugar Rush. Converted. 8 points coming in now from the side of Sugar Rush here onto this pad. We're going to base, but that means whatever push is coming in, we don't have that Snorlax immediately. Tinkaton going to the top side here. What Pokemon is in the top? Let's go find out. Tinkaton, Regice. All right, Regice coming in. Already we're crashing from Thanksgiving on Regieleki. We're not going to allow this to walk in, but we're not pushing it either. We do have the Zacian here. We have Intel One Trick, who hasn't played Inteleon once, interesting enough. All set so far. Maybe we'll see it. Who knows? Gonna get taken down. Massive points dropped by the Zacian, dropping them down to 11. That is going to be brutal for them. Dodrio going for a 45 cap. Absolutely no pad defense whatsoever. Still only 4 points scored. We do need to get some KOs. Pikachu is now down. Decidueye's coming in. Snorlax coming in with the power nap as we have Dodrio coming in from behind, but we have the Moonlight Prance coming in from Umbreon as we start zoning out the Dodrio. Nice maneuvering from the side of Thanks Gaming, but Tinkaton does not care. That Unite move's going to come in, smash down, and take not 1, not 2, but 3 KOs, with Hero getting the credit for them. Goodra is the only one up. Nice block from the Snorlax to avoid the KO. You don't want to give up a KO if you don't have to, but if you do, you want it to be your light bulb. But again, don't want to if you don't have to. 268 to 4. Sugar Rush is just dominating this match right now. 13 on Zacian here, about to tick into. We have almost 14. Pirate King is just going for the back hat, putting the pressure and the damage in onto that. But they're not going straight for the tier 2 yet. They tried to go for this farm here, but unfortunately, for them, Kudon was here on the defense. They said Sugar Rush bit back and came back and said, listen, you might have Suicune, but we have Pikachu, we have Tinkaton, we have Snorlax, we have Dodrio and Zacian. How are you going to get us with Suicune when we can get your Suicune first? Now, one of the things that is inhibiting Thanksgiving on the side here is Decidueye is the only form of damage that Thanksgiving really has. So, of course, that is going to be the focus of what Sugar Rush is going to be aiming for. All they got to do is KO the Decidueye, and then it becomes a battle of attrition. And that is something that Sugar Rush is actually interested in, because they have the damage output. So even if you have the sustain mons, even if you have the bulk, it's just not going to do you any good. But we got to wait for the Decidueye. If the Decidueye is going to go down regardless of the Dodrio, we got to look for a way to take down 1 or 2. Already the Knock Knocks come out. The Dodrio sees where they are. They're moving into position as already we have massive damage coming out. The Power Nap's coming through, but there it is. The Dodrio is onto that. We have the nice collapse. There they go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taken down on the side of Thanks Gaming. Seal has to hang on for 10 seconds, but 10 seconds may not be enough. They're already starting to rip on the ground on Pirate King coming in. Low HP, but Seal's not able to get back into the pit. They now have to pivot to a defense there. But can we even get any points in? We're just allowing the scores to come in. No defense on tier 1s or 2s. We're just going to say, hey, let them push. But now 379 to 122. Sugar Rush just needs to back off, hold, and they'll be fine. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're grabbing points to put back into the Zacian's pocket, but the Zacian's going to have to come back. Thanks Gaming's on the back foot. They need not 1, not 2, but 3 scores here. 3 good scores. Three good scores here to come in, and they need to get this going now. But Dodrio's already going back into it for another 50 cap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already pushing it against 1, 2, 3, 4. Huge Unite moves coming in here from the side. Gigaton Hammer. Thanks Gaming's taken down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Full Team White 479 to 136. Sugar Rush going to be coming in and taking game number 2. Let me tell you, Sugar Rush said, you know what, again, Suicune, not a problem. Take your Suicune. We'll raise you a Dodrio. I still think Dodrio is too early a pick, but if you're going to be based around trying to counter the Dodrio, maybe that's the bait. Maybe that's the play in the bait. Maybe they pick the Dodrio in the second slot to be like, all right, we're going to reveal our damage. There's a problem on. Maybe they'll focus too many resources around countering Dodrio that they won't touch the rest of the comp. And they already focused down on what Thanks Gaming was doing into this. They had Decidueye. That was their main form of damage. And look at that. Even though Decidueye was late to come online, still the most damage of the team. 68k on JK. Respectable 54 on Goodra there. Intel 1 trick coming in on Zacian. Maybe we will see an Intel one day. Jamixity at 62 and Pikachu at 69. Mage Pikachu was a smart choice here for sure. Keeping it to the back lines there. I still think maybe possibly Volt Tackle would have been good, but if they're grouping up the way they are, Thunderbolt for the AoE stuns is also very, very strong. Overall, solid showing from both teams, but Sugar Rush absolutely bounced back and just dominated this game. Coming in and just saying, listen, I know what you're up to, I see what you're doing, and I'm going to raise you. Let's head on back to the screen here. I clicked the wrong thing. Now we're going to wait for the ready checks to come back in. We're going into game number 3. So it's going to be interesting to see how Thanks Gaming pivots away from this, because again, the Dodrio is the problem. Oh, we didn't even need to do it. They're ready to go. So game 3, let's get going. All right, 1-1 in the game number 3. The last game for Thanks Gaming to be in a first pick position. So already we have the first bans on the side of Thanks Gaming here. We're going to be looking at what they go. They're still locking in the Hoopa. So we're not going to be prioritizing any sort of picks or anything on the side of Sugar Rush yet. But Blissey going to get banned out. Darkrai coming in for another ban. Get that guy gone. We don't like him here. No Darkrai's here allowed. No Hoopas. No Comfeys. No Blisseys. Support is where we are strongest, and we keep playing into triple tanks. And they're saying Dodrio can play around this triple tank. But we're going to pick up that Suicune there because the bans are up and there's no Suicune. So if we don't pick Suicune, that means Sugar Rush gets it. But that does mean Snorlax is coming in. Being able to capitalize on these trades like this, knowing how you're going to be able to draft, very, very important. They realized their mistake in game number 1, letting the Snorlax through, prioritizing the side deck. It didn't really work for them. Now they realize Snorlax is the way to go. And Snorlax was a hero last game, played by a hero. So, you know, coincidence? I don't know. But that does mean we do have Dodrio getting locked in once more. Crustal Umbreon going to be locked in for tanks and support slot on the side of Thanks Gaming. If we can't have our Blissey, can't have our Comfey, let's go Umbreon. Pikachu coming in with the Venusaur. Oh my gosh. With the incense as well on both. Whether that's Beams or Petal Dance, whether that's Thunder or Volt Tackle or E-Ball, that is going to be strong indeed. But I think what we're going to see is we are going to see another Mage Pikachu. Although we have Talonflame locked in, so Volt Tackle right here already very strong. A Volt Tackle onto the Talonflame before it can fly off, or as it lands with the fly, coming with the Venusaur. We do have the Talonflame that's able to dive in. Suicune is a bit of a counter for the Venusaur if it goes Petal Dance, so we do have kind of counters on both sides. Same with the Buzzwole there. I think this is going to be Venusaur. So I think our front lines are going to consist of Dodrio, Snorlax, and Tinkaton, with the Pikachu being able to provide Mage support. Hopefully with Volt Tackle, most likely Thunder. With Venusaur possibly being Beams, but there could be an argument for the Petal Dance as well. Buzzwole and Talonflame coming in on the side. We have way more damage, way more stuns in CC. The full heal on that Dodrio going to be even more clutch. So we have to be very careful. We had a quick comment there from Piper there off in the distance there. She not a fan. Not a fan of these builds there, but you're gonna have to deal with it, baby. I know we don't like CC comps, but we also love them at the same time. So come on up, come join us, come watch. But yeah, overall, I think our teams are solid. It's just gonna come down to who can execute what and what moves are being chosen. But here we go, game number 3. Let's get this underway. Thanksgiving for the final time this set, your purple team. Sugar Rush for the final time this set, your orange team. Before the teams swap sides. And look at that, we're going to follow the top side. We got 2 games on bot side. Let's go take a look at top. Already we're going in. Nice secure onto the Fell Stinger, putting on a lot of pressure on Jamixity. Gasper leading the charge there, but now Buzzwole is very low. We have to get out of there. Nice eject, but already we are burned that resource, not barely 30 seconds into this match. Going for it, we do secure it. All of the farm was secured so far by the Buzzwole here. So a lot of XP being captured. Another hit, but this does mean the Buzzwole does have 24 points in the pocket. That is going to be massive. 29 points in the pocket as they secure 1 more. Dodrio going to come in, take the KO, but not just 1 KO, they're going for 2. There it is, double KO already. As we get that jungle invade from Hero again. We have to do something for these invades because they are so detrimental. But we're going to pick up the KO on Hero. Talonflame is finally a character at Fletchinder, but still not a real character because we still need that Talonflame. Level 5. Levels are going the way of Sugar Rush once more. Dodrio being capped at level 6, but Tinkatink is online. At level 5, and we're looking for 7 for the evolution. 15 seconds until Drago is here. Bottom lane, we do have level 5 on the Ivysaur, level 5 on Hero, so we do have that Heavy Slam ready to go in. Now we're looking for 7 for the block. 3 seconds for Regidrago. Already we have Gasper and Seal ready to take this. Regidrago coming in. 4 members from Thanksgiving are here. No, it's all 5. They want this. Recognizing where they are, Sugar Rush is taking this opportunity to push scores. We're already going for stacks here, trying to avoid all of these points here for JK to be able to stack. Let's not. Are we going to break, or are we just going to allow the stacks to go in? 1, 2, 3. We got the Talonflame online now. Which set is this? It is Brave Bird. Brave Bird onto the Venusaur. The Pikachu's going to be able to get away. Pyro King doing good. But there is the Solar Bee. But the Leech Life going to be taking down that Venusaur here. We do have Jamixity all alone up against this Buzzwole here. But Pyro King is there. Now it's Seal who's all alone as we now crash the pad and score more points. The level lead is still in favor of the side of Sugar Rush as they now collapse onto this bottom. They're zoning out. Hero does not have block yet. They're relying on the tick into it, but huge Solar Beam coming out boom, hits that up. We've seen a lot of solar beams missed over the course of our VOD reviews in the last few weeks, but we are looking to see that now. Intel One Trick is showing, hey, this is how you hit your solar beams. Guys, anybody watching this who struggles with Venusaur, this is how you do it. But 1 and 2 are already down. Thanksgiving is coming back into this. Gasper falls, but the Brave Bird comes in. Looking onto the Tinkaton. We get taken down by the Venusaur. Gotta watch out for those beams. Seal is looking for another way to engage. Oh, we do get hit there and taken down. Crust will go for the KO. Takes down the Venusaur. That is massive. But Tinkaton's going to start massive damage there as the Volt Tackle hits. We're going to go for a nice 40 over for 29 over, 186 to 84. We are 102 points in. We're finally getting our first Unite moves on the side of Thanksgiving. We have our Flame Sweep, Moonlight Dance, and the Ultra Swole Slam ticking in. Meanwhile, for the next engagement against the Reggie Ice, we don't have such luxuries for the side of Sugar Rush. We burn them all earlier for early advantage. We're going to be able to lock that in with walls. Gigaton coming in with the Gigaton Hammer, trying to avoid any sort of CC. Talonflame diving into the back. Flame Sweep away. Going to be able to pull somebody away. Not going to be enough as 1, 2, 3 falls for Thanksgiving. 4 on Gasper as Talonflame looks for a way to get into this. They're diving in. They got to go for it now, but they're way too far away. Nice secure from the Tinkaton setup with the Gigaton Hammer and the Intel One Trick going for that Solar Beam. The Gigaton Solar Beam combo is going to be hard to out-secure, but Sugar Rush has come back into this fight ready, more ready than ever to start dominating. And they take Talonflame down once again. Nice Solar Beam coming up from Venusaur. Thunderstorm coming in from Pikachu there as we start raining down lightning. Going to be locking in on Crustle there, but even the Rebel Rouser can't even get off. Tinkaton is a powerful pick. The Ultra Soul Slam coming in. Not going to be enough as they get taken down, but 1, 2 falls down to the Talonflame as Talon has to back out. Snorlax is pinning Talonflame against a wall and a block. Not going to be enough, but we go for the Brave Bird. Not going to be able to get the Intel One Trick, but we do get the KO in the end. The Suicune picking it up. And for the double knockout as they secure the Snorlax. Despite the heavy brawling, despite the invade and the setback, 264 to 84, but Talonflame is level 12, keeping pace with the big carries on Sugar Rush. Buzzwole not far behind on 11, but very far from 12. Suicune is also 11, also far from 12 as well. So we gotta look for ways to get our levels in. We are gonna break the T1 pad there. We're gonna deny all of that. We're gonna give so much experience back over to the side of Sugar Rush there for not much value in the overcap. Are we gonna follow the Regieleki? It's going straight to the tier 2. We are not. We give them farm, we give them that, but the Pikachu Thunderstorm's going to come out, the Talonflame's going to come down, and this Pikachu gets taken down. Crustle's going to Rubble Rouse at 330 coming in, takes down the Venusaur there. Dodrio's coming in for a side swipe there as early as they can, trying to come through. They're going to pick up the Talonflame KO. Crustle's going to fall. Regieleki falls, but it's the Umbreon and Buzzwole who do get away. Buzzwole finally getting close to level 12, but Pirate King on to this Dodrio's almost level 14. 276 to 93. 1 minute left. We have to focus on getting everybody up. Suicune is already now level 12. We got to get Buzzwole to that 13. Talon is now 13 with the Fly Plus. So that is going to be very important and crucial. But Jamixity on Tinkaton is 14. Diving in on Talonflame takes down the Pikachu. That thing was annoying. JK said, get it gone. But heavy Gigaton Hammer is going to come in and take down not 1, not 2, but 3 Pokemon from the side of Thanksgiving. Tinkaton is a bulky Pokemon, that's for sure. And we have nice secure. We're going to look at 15 Tinkaton coming into this Groudon fight. It's going to be close. Definitely going to be close. Venusaur is 13 on that Solar Beam. Faster cast times, lower cooldowns. That's exactly what a Venusaur needs in this position. 8 seconds till Groudon spawn. Sugar Rush taking a very powerful position within this Groudon pit. Thanksgiving's grouping up as a 5 as they come in here to take them down. Nice coming in here from their Kudon coming in. Rubble Rouser coming in as Pikachu, as Buzzwole dives into the back. We're zoning out the Venusaur, but the Unite move plus the Solar Beam was way too much. As 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Thanksgiving falls. Sugar Rush now collapse on Groudon. They're going to take Groudon 276 to 93. All hopes of Groudon control now dashed for Thanksgiving. They're coming back and they're going for scores, but now they have to divide their forces. Do they let one go in? They're going to let two. No, they're not going to stop. They're not going to be able to stop this. Pikachu's going for the score. This Suicune Unite comes in. Venusaur's going for the score. Going to be able to not stop that. They're going straight for the KOs, though. 476 to 93. This is still winnable. Thanksgiving, do not give up. 1 minute left. 4 KOs coming in here, but 1, 2, 3 for Thanksgiving goes down. Huge solar beams coming through. Gonna get taken down and locked out. 790 to 93. Thanksgiving is now locked out of this game number 3, as we now get this point swung in favor of Sugar Rush for a 2-1 lead. What a swing from Sugar Rush. So now we got to look at how we're going to come back into this game. How is Thanksgiving going to be able to come back into this game and just say, listen, you know what? Here's the pivots we need to make. I think the pivots need to be the bans. We are getting Blissey Comfey banned every time against us. But we're also banning Hoopa and Darkrai every time. I haven't seen Darkrai in the hands of Sugar Rush, so I don't think they have one. So we might need to be more flexible on the bans here, because we're going straight for Suicune. If Suicune's a problem and we keep getting baited into taking it and giving up certain picks for it, we either need to say we don't need Suicune, but we prioritize our bans, or we need to say, all right, we can let some bans through, we have ways of dealing with them, but now we need to come back and say, what are we going to do, though? Oh, but what a game, what a set. Look at that damage. 122k from the gem themselves. Intel One Trick coming in at 110. 278 points scored by the Pirate King, with JK not slouching. 103k coming in on them. But again, they invade to set JK behind, main form of damage. Then they were able to follow up consistently. It's just absolutely dominating. But guys, stay tuned, because we have more games coming for you, but we're going to run a quick ad break to get those nasty pre-rolls turned off. So we're going to take a quick 3-minute break, and when we come, and we'll be back after this. All right, so for you guys there, we're going to now swap everything over. So this just gives us time to come through, swap things around, start saying hi, what's up, chat, for those of you who don't have ads or have shorter ads. All right. So we already have both teams ready to go. We should have a bit of a delay, I think. All right, actually, oh, wait, is the delay? Maybe I think it's 40 seconds. What's the... Hang on. Yep, all right, delay is short. All right, so we have to take that into account. We're 1 minute deep into this. All right, so let's get game number 2 started. We're going to miss the draft here, but we're going to get things done. So 1, 2, boom. Oh my gosh, have some patience, guys. Hi, brother, listen. Have a little patience. It takes a minute sometimes to set things up. We're coming into the draft here. We have Sugar Rush now going to be your purple team, and we have Thanksgiving here as your orange team. And we are our team. Our Thanksgiving here is not very patient. Take 60 seconds, I swear. I swear. I swear. Maybe I crashed. You didn't even take that into account. No, I would have told you. I would have told you. But already, all right. So our bands are Blissey, Comfey. Get those gone. Suicune, Hoopa. So second pick, getting rid of the Suicune. That is very good. That's very strong. We don't want to be in a pick to take it. But Snorlax is up. That means without the Suicune band there to pivot to help them dissuade, be like, all right, do you want Snorlax or do you want Suicune? We don't have that anymore. So they're going to give up Snorlax for free. We're going to take Umbreon and Trevenant, though. Now we're going to be locking in some new Pokemon here. We have Pirate King onto the Dodrio, same old, but probably Soul coming in on the Alolan Ninetales. New Pokemon that we've seen here. We haven't seen Ninetales played yet, but we're going to see a support Ninetales. Interesting. Different attackers going to come in, and we see the Muscle Band get swapped onto this with the Incense. This is going to be an Aurora Veil Dazzling Gleam basic attack spitting Ninetales. Tinkaton's going to be coming in as well, because I mean it's working so good, might as well bring it. And then we have the Chandelure to round out the side of Thanks Gaming. Now we're going to go into Wigglytuff to round out the tank support crew. No, we have Mr. Mime coming in as well. Wigglytuff, Mr. Mime with the Greninja. Once again, Thanks Gaming's all of their damage is on JK. If we focus JK, take them down and get them gone, what damage is left for the side of Thanks Gaming? With the Mr. Mime there, not able to output a whole lot of damage. The Wigglytuff, unless it's rollout, might not be able to provide enough opportunities for it. Even with the same special defense drop, only Mr. Mime's able to take advantage of it. Overall, this is an interesting draft to say the least. Hang on, I'm getting DM'd. I need to make sure it's not them. All right. All right. So it's not that. All right. I just needed to see and to make sure that it wasn't anybody DMing me and saying, hey, we had a crash. So this was all intentional. Both teams want this. All right. But we are here for it. So there's a lot to be able to be said. Pirate King is already probably going to be doing what they did before. A lot of scoring, a lot of pivoting. But we have to see how Greninja's going to play this around. And we're going to see it right now, as we now have Sugar Rush for the first time this set, your purple team, and Thanks Gaming for the first time this set, your orange team. And we're going to send Snorlax into the jungle here. Into a jungle Mr. Mime? Central path on the Mr. Mime. This could be a pivot to account for the Snorlax there because we have better secure. So Mr. Mime with no XP share is already going to be taking their 10. This is going to be a way to try to stop from JK getting set behind, but now we have the Froakie coming down. Going to be collapsing on Hero here. Going to be able to, not going to stop them from being able to take that buff there. They are going to try to get out, but JK is now down here. 1, 2, collapse onto that, and they're going to take down the Snorlax. Better efficiency on that for sure, as now JK now goes in to start collecting the rest of the central farm here. And now we're going to be moving into this bottom path. Need to collapse on this Indeedee. We need it for the evolution, but the Dodrio snipes it, takes it away. First goal with 1 point going to the side of Sugar Rush. Guys, it is 1-0 right now. What a far away game. Could not be any more far. I don't know what the points are going to be looking like here. Nah, that's all right. But Dodrio is going into the central path here. They're looking for another reset of this jungle farm. They're looking to grab it. Gaspar's already here to try to zone out. Froakie is now finally a Frogadier at 820. But now this means we are 20 seconds away from... We're now 20 seconds away from Groudon. These Natus are going to disappear very soon. So Dodrio's got to take these quickly. And Pirate King does. They disappear about 10 seconds or so before... Reggie Drago spawns in 5 to 10 seconds before, but Drago is here. Thanks Gaming is surrounding it, but probably Soul is here to dish out basic attack nightmares. Frogadier is going to take that Reggie Drago. Massive experience that it absolutely needed. Takes down Hero, but getting bombarded by that Ninetales. Kudon is here to help support, but Dodrio goes down! Ninetales is now coming in and also gets taken down. Chandelure tries to help zone and grab some sort of KOs on low HP Thanksgiving. It's not going to be enough, but now 30 points going to be coming in for the side of Thanksgiving as they now go to take down. Try to get stacks, actually. Nice sing and zoning from the side of Fairy here for Thanksgiving. This is exactly what they needed. We're finally coming back online as JK takes the lead on levels. 1 point still with Kudon holding the lines in the bottom path by themselves. Taken down by the Chandelure. Chandelure is a nightmare for any tank to try to solo because it's just able to dish out just so much damage. But we do not care about overs. We're going to break this pad with about 27 break, 112 to 84 as we now collapse on the Regis Steel. 30 points now going to be coming into the bot side here, so this is exactly what they were aiming for. They broke it to open the tier 2, so Dodrio could just start going in and scoring points. They do not give a hoot and a holler about the top Regieleki, though. Meanwhile, Thanksgiving does. They have secured Regieleki, and they're able to put a push down with it now. So this is the plan. They're going to push. They have the Greninja Unite. They now have the Mr. Mime Unite as well. Mr. Mime's going to be a powerful with that Showtime. Coming in with the barrier with the confusion now. So Wigglytuff is down on the brink. Goes down, the first to fall. Trevenant falls soon after. 1, 2, 3, 4 from Thanksgiving as JK rounds it out to number 5. Sugar Rush is not taking this lightly. They might sound sweet, but they're actually pretty sour about this. It's all of act, folks. Do not let the name fool you. We're going to break with 7 over, 240 to 84. They do not care about the breakages. They just want to break, open up tier 2 so Dodrio can start going in there, putting points in. And it gives them ways to access into this central path here. JK's doing everything they can to not get KO'd, to not give up farm, but also be able to start locking in. Now we have Umbreon on 1 HP in a dream. The Wish comes in, but the Incense is definitely putting in the work. Dodrio's moving on to level 11 with the farm secure there. Now we're going to be moving into the central path from the Chandelure. Meanwhile, on the side of Thanksgiving, despite the fact that so much experience is able to spawn on their side, they do not have a lot of it going their way. After the onslaught and invasion from the side of Sugar Rush, this has been one heck of a means to try to come back into this game. Snorlax is positioned fine. They found JK. They're pushing them in. JK tries to get around here, but the Snorlax knows where they are. Now we have to wait for the collapse of Sugar Rush. Kudon is up in the top lane trying to stop Dodrio from scoring and getting farm for free, but maybe they ought to be down in the bottom here. Moonlight Dance going to come in. We have Unite moves coming in all around. Starlight Recital coming out as well. Lots of shields as JK now looks to start shredding. Geminicity is the next target as Mr. Mime claims the KO. Putting Snorlax in a room, takes them down. Now we're collapsing for score, but Dodrio's coming in with the Unite move. Tri-Attack going to come in and start stopping the scores from JK. 49 points they're trying to get in. Oh, nice stoppage from both the Mean Look and the barrier, not being able to just keep JK just out of reach of that Tri-Attack, allowing that 49 to come back. Allow the 49 to go in, allowing Thanksgiving back into this match. Tinkaton is a menace, though, that they have to deal with. But they take 1, 2, 3 down. Now it's just the Tinkaton all alone. When they got a team, it's a threat. But when it's just themselves, it's easy peasy. Pudding and pie. And now we have the Regis Steel coming in. Gonna get taken. This is a huge attack buff. Attack and special attack buff for the side of Thanksgiving. But it's going to be pretty much gone by the time Groudon spawns. So that's something to be aware of. 90 seconds now on that buff as Reggie Drago floats into here. Regieleki is in the top, and already we are going to take it. Boom, gone, and now playing for the side of Sugar Rush. I guess Regieleki has a sweet tooth. already. Snorlax is going down here. Huge engage coming into the center here. JK and Gasper already gone. It's now 3 members left. Kudon's holding on, but it's not going to be enough. They take down the Dodrio, though, and it's just 1, 2, 3 on the side of attackers. Not much of a front line there to be able to squash. Very squishy, but it's a lot of burst damage between the A9 and the Chandelure. Chandelure is a mass of 14, and Gem Ixity is looking to get there with all of the wild Pokemon left on the map. And that is actually the way it goes too. There's not many wild Pokemon on the side of Thanks Gaming. They've been doing excellent in keeping the farm up, farming for experience. However, oh, we got 14 on the Mime, and we got 14 on the Greninja. We do not have 14 on the Tinkaton yet, so they got the levels that they needed. Wigglytuff is now level 12. Sing's coming in, but that's a massive cooldown before the engage. Kudon already coming in, but the barrier or the walls are going to stop him from the A9 there. No, not the walls. Something stopped him. Wasn't the barrier. He goes right through it. Already 1, 2, 3 down for the side of Sugar Rush. 4 with only the Dodrio with no Unite move. You still gotta respect it. The Tri-Attack boosted could steal it away. Thanks Gaming's trying to come back into this. Tri-Attack boosted, not enough. Now we have to back up, let the scores come to them, because it's Thanks Gaming that has to score. But already A9 and Snorlax are moving to the wrong lane. They're moving into the top side here. The entirety, all 5. Now they're trying to stop. There's 2 jump pads already gone. They can try to go for the score here, but they're going right for the KOs. There goes the Tinkaton. Take it down. That's one of the massive threats already. Trying to get scores, and they just need 1. There it is. Seal with the Hundo Burger coming in. That takes them down as 1, 2, 3 falls for the side of Sugar Rush. The pads now, though, it's Pirate King alone against the world government. Not going to be enough, and just like the show, folks, the One Piece falls out of Roger's hands. Pirate King's doing everything they can, but it's 701 to 265. Thanks Gaming did an excellent job of rallying and coming back into the game. Seal, what are you doing? Base, you don't need to score 6 more points. You're going to give him the buff. There it goes. Give him the buff. He's gone. He's sent back to Nurse Joy. He's out for the rest of the match. It will not make a difference, but I mean, if you ever need lessons on how to int, Seal's got your back.
3, 2, 1. Time's up.
And just like that, we are now in a 2-2 scenario. We have 2 games left of this set. Both games with Sugar Rush in the first pick scenario, Thanks Gaming in the second pick. So just like game number 1, where Thanks Gaming had that first win in their favor there. They took the first win back on the rotation of the new set. Now we need to figure out how things are going to go. 69k from the Chandelure, 44 from the Tinkaton, 53 onto that Ninetales, and 41 on Pirate King. And we have 140 on JK36 from the Mine. All of the damage went straight to JK. They did not care about the damage from anybody else. Very important when you do that to protect your president, and protect them. They did. All right, let's go to the just chatting screen. Can't dox that lobby code yet. What is the record of Sugar Rush for the whole league? I'm not sure what Sugar Rush's record for Articuno League is. I can get back to you on that in a moment here, actually, while they're doing that. I haven't given the ready checks yet. Let me get that actually right now. Let me go here. Match submissions. All right, let's see where the Sugar Rushes are. I know they took week 1 against Dorable Wolves. That is... But they went 3-0 against Bush Check. And They went 3-2 on against Ashen Ones. So they're sitting currently at a 2-1. They're sitting at 1 loss, or at 1 win, 2 losses. All right, our teams are ready though, so let's get the game number 5 underway. But yes, so Sugar Rush and currently in the Articuno League is sitting at a 1 win, 2 loss win streak there. We'll figure out where they are sitting in the Challengers Rise League as well, because they are also in Challengers Rise. But the bans are coming in because we're finally in tournament mode. It's no longer just ban. All right, we're getting rid of that Blissey, and we're getting rid of that Suicune, and we're getting rid of that Comfey. We do not want any of these Pokemon coming through. And what are we going to get rid of? Hoopa. We're very scared of Blissey, Comfey, Hoopa. Not so scared of that Darkrai anymore, though. I'll tell you that. They pivoted to the Suicune. They're like, listen, it's in our hands, and we were doing that. But look at how we pivot away from Suicune, and now we're able to do a little bit better. We've won 2 games now, and now we're going to be able to come into game number 3. Snorlax, once more, going to the side of Sugar Rush. We do not care about that Snorlax. Kudon Gasper going to be looking to lock in Trevenant and Umbreon again. Trevenant, Umbreon. We're going to keep the same thing. We're going to lock that in and run it through. Dodrio coming in on Pirate King once more, but really at this point, who's surprised? Meanwhile, Clefable makes its first appearance. JK coming in on Decidueye. Fairy going to be locking in that Wigglytuff? Wigglytuff coming in on Decidueye, Umbreon, and Trevenant. How are we going to handle this here? Jamixity is going to be coming in probably on that Tinkaton. They've been doing phenomenally well with the Tinkaton. Meanwhile, Venusaur, it worked for them really well last time. They have no dive options. Seal has to pick a dive option to get onto the Venusaur to threaten it. Mr. Mime going to be locked out, so we do not have dive. This is free beams for days onto this Venusaur, which we saw in game, like earlier in the before the sides were flipped. Just how powerful Venusaur was. Got 111k with the Tinkaton on 122. We were able to collapse and take down the Decidueye, and we can probably believe that this is going to be the focus again. We're going to be pairing the Clefable for more sustain onto that Tinkaton and the Snorlax combined. Already we are in a very powerful position. As for Sugar Rush within the Challengers Rise League, they have 3 wins, 2 losses. So they're doing significantly better within Challengers Rise. So whatever's happened over the course of the last 3 weeks, for Sugar Rush, they have bounced back and found their tempo. And it's showing really hard here into this scrim, which they've taken 2 games off of Thanksgiving, and they're looking to take 2 more. So whatever they're practicing, whatever they're adapting, it's working. But Thanksgiving is no pushover either. They are the 2nd place team within the Zygarde League. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes in. Hero's going for another invade for the side of Sugar Rush, your purple team, against Thanksgiving, your orange team. Once again, Mr. Mime coming into the jungle here. We have adapted. This central path here is no longer going to be as hotly contested. If Rowlet is going to be set behind, we're going to send it into lane to be set behind. Into against Tinkatink and that. But we're going to allow free stacks for days as we're going to collapse and take down Hero. We know where they are. 3-man collapse on Hero. Not going to be able to stop them from going in. No! Hero does go down, and it does get stopped on taking the Escavalier. The invade is no longer effective. They found a way to adjust for it. That allows 16 points in from the side of Sugar Rush there, but it's not the end of the world. Now we do have Hero coming in nice secure from the Bulbasaur there to be able to lock that farm in. We do want that wild Pokemon to be captured. Kudon coming in, not going to be able to lock it in, but we are level 5 on the Wigglytuff. Right now we're collapsing on the top there. JK has full stacks onto their Dartrix there. You're going to get taken down by the Tinkatink, who does evolve. Now we're moving in, and there's the Cramorant holding the line. That's a weird looking Cramorant. There on Mr. Mime. Someone should tell them what they are. I don't know. We don't discriminate here. Mr. Mime wants to identify as a Cramorant. Let him. So now we're already collapsing onto these Natus. We're looking for a fast level 7 now onto Gemixity as Regidrago now spawns. They're going to get exactly that, as all of those wild Pokemon are now left uncontested for that Tinkaton to go for it. Try to get that level 7 and online, but we're going straight for Regidrago. JK going to be locking in on that. Mr. Mime going to secure it with the score increase. Level 7 here on to the Decidueye off of this Bunnelby. Now we got that Razor Leaf online. Now we're cooking. Now we're ready. Tinkaton is here, but will it be enough? Going straight for the Decidueye. Massive damage combined with the Dodrio is going to be able to take it down. No! 1 HP to Dodrio. Gasper is zoning out really well. We do not have Wish. Yes, we do. We're level 6. We have the Wish. The Wish is live, and there it is. HP for JK. Not able to take them down. That is going to be massively triggering. They're like, oh, we were so close. Or it's going to be like, all right, we were really close that time. Maybe we just adjust minorly. Or maybe the power scaling that's going to come in on these Pokemon later on. That'll make the difference. But Kudon dives in. Already kidnaps the Snorlax there, but might go down. Nice Wood Hammers coming through as the Solar Beam comes in and takes them down. Nice triple hit with that Solar Beam there. But Snorlax now falls. Now we have the beams coming in from the Intel One Trick. The Knock Knock comes out as it's on cooldown. We're going straight for Gemixity. We're trying to get as many KOs as possible. But just like that, 1 and 2 for the side of Thanksgiving. They lined up perfectly for that beam. And because this is a Razor Leaf Decidueye, we do not have Spirit Shackle for the secure. But we have double secure for the side of nice Wood Hammer there. Listen, we might have the Gigaton Hammer, but the first one to enter this game with a hammer was that Trevenant. JK is going to go down straight to the Solar Beam there. Verdant Anger going to come in. We're going to Solar Beam it, try to pick it up. 1 HP and a Dream on the Regieleki, and we're going to secure it with the 3 least likely to deal damage Pokemon on the side of Thanks Gaming. Great job. Even though Decidueye did go down, they did a great job being able to zone out the squishy Pokemon. Now they're going to be able to get level 9 on Trevenant here. And everybody has their Unite moves. Meanwhile, Snorlax and Tinkaton are struggling to get them on the side of Sugar Rush. We're trying to deal with this Regieleki, and it is dealt with. It's gone. Now, who's up here in the top here? Regirock, ready to give their blessing to the first team that gets the last hit on it. Cramorant and Fairy already pushing in 25 points, trying to rein in. We're just going for the score, going for the stack, too. Now we get that gone, 25, so 110 to 101. Thanksgiving is behind, but only by 9 points. Regirock goes down, but so does nobody else. Thought the Dodrio was up there, and he went down trying to go for the steal, but Hero is about to tick into their Unite move. That Power Nap is now in the pocket there. Nice engage with the Moonlight Prance. Is going to steal shields and give shields. Now we get the nice Razor Leaf off, and that is the plan. The Knock Knock comes out inside the bush. They're going straight for it. The Power Nap is coming in. Now we're going to start taking down. Snorlax is trying to heal, but huge Solar Beam from that Venusaur is going to knock out 1, 2 Pokemon for the side of Thanksgiving as Tinkaton looks for the Gigaton Hammer onto that Mr. Mime. The Decidueye does get away, but the rest of Thanksgiving had to fall for it. Kudon off-laning in the bot lane, getting 12, getting our Unite stacks up, getting more points and experience for themselves. That is going to put Thanksgiving in the lead, but Decidueye goes down, and so does the Umbreon. We're going to get taken down. Huge points are going to start raining in. 13-13 for 145 to 155. Snorlax getting vision on the top side here. We know exactly who's there, but Reggie Drago is spawning here in 20 seconds. 20 seconds for the Reggie Drago spawn. We're coming in here. We're just going to start farming up a lot of these wild Pokemon, securing it, capturing each of these for their Eos energy and experience. Again, we're only 10 points away right now, going straight for the Regieleki. This could be massive power nap coming out. That's not going to be late. That's going to be there. It's going to sit right in front of that Knock Knock and handle it as Dodrio looks around to wrap around and grab it, putting Snorlax in a room and sending them back to Nurse Joy, being like, hey, a room's not enough. You got to go on timeout. But we get the last hit on the Venusaur with the Solar Beam, Verdant Anger into a basic attack. But Mr. Mime is not done yet. We're going straight onto that, but Beams comes out. Massive. Now we get that going in. Oh, the Decidueye is raining terror, but the Unite move from the Tinkaton is going to allow for not just one, not just two, or three or four, but a 5 KO streak for the Venusaur. Reggie Drago is on the map here. The final objective to spawn in the center and in the top here. Well, we did have a top way in, but let's go take a look. Let's take a journey on up to see what's going on up here. Who's at the top? The Regirock spawns again. One wasn't enough. We had to have two. But what are our teams going for? Right now, we're just going for farm. We're just splitting up and getting this experience, capturing as many wild Pokemon as possible to get as much as we can into our levels. We're level 14 onto the Decidueye, but level 14 onto that Venusaur. Not close to 14 on Pirate King, but that's not the one we've seen 14 consistently on. It has been that Tinkaton. So already we have Thanksgiving going to be taking a position in the top side here as Groudon spawns now with Sugar Rush into the bot side. It is literally a top v bottom situation. We're going to start hitting the Groudon, keep our stacks up every now and then, but be careful onto the damage. We see Hero. We're going straight for the Knock Knock right there. Going straight onto it, trying to put out as much damage as possible. Nice eject roll over there as we now look to take down our first KO on the Venusaur, followed up by the Clefable, then onto the Snorlax. Tinkaton is locked in as the only one left. Now it's just Dodrio, but Dodrio does have Unite move. 205 to 155. Sugar Rush is in the lead. This might be what they need. They could ignore the Groudon and go straight for it, but the Unite move from the Dodrio comes in. They're going to secure it. They're going to take it. No! They go straight down to Nurse Joy as we have Decidueye lock it in. This front pad is going to go down as Kudon scores their Hundo Burgers. Now we're going at 255 to 205. We are in the lead, but not by enough. We need more, says Thanksgiving. Solar Beam, Tinkaton, Giga Hander coming in there. Nice, nasty combo. Going to be scoring another Hundo Burger coming in. Knocked down to 100 points from 120. Now they have to push even deeper, and they're doing it. 1, 2, 3. Taking down Clefable. Dodrio, the last to remain up for the side of Sugar Rush as we go into a full team wipe and to a full team cap for the side of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving going to be taking your game number 5. And that is all she wrote, but we got one more game left. That's all she wrote for this one. One more game left. 767 to 205. No way in. So farm your numbers. Get them going. Well, I'm excited to see what the Tinkaton and Venusaur were able to achieve this time around with the Decidueye. We had a lot of fantastic pivots, a lot of fantastic picks and isolations for both teams. It has been amazing so far to see everybody just pull no stops against each other, just to come out and swing in and say, I got this. But we are down to the final game now. The final game number 6 there. So it's going to be interesting to see. Oh my gosh, we hit 72k on Jamixity, but Intel One Trick 135k damage. 83 on Clefable as Umbreon locks in 47 and 179 on JK. Oh my gosh, those damage numbers were flying. But again, we're going into game number 6, the last game of this set. Sugar Rush has Sugar Rush is in the first pick position for the final time. Thanksgiving in the second pick position for the final time before this set is over. We have ready checks already from the Pirate King themselves. So Sugar Rush is ready to get this going and done. Meanwhile, Thanks Gaming, you're taking forever. Oh, there we go. Never mind. They're ready. So here we go. Game number 6, the last game of the set. Should be a good one. Again, Sugar Rush, your purple team in a first pick position. Thanks Gaming, the orange side here, going to be in a second pick position. So, first pick, second pick, very strong actually there. With the bans, you're always going to think about who you're going to ban there, but it's been Blissey Comfy consistently against all for 5 games against for Sugar Rush there. That's I don't think is ever going to change. Suicune's coming in versus the Hoopa. I think Hoopa's going to be the second ban for the side of. Oh, hang on. No ban? We're checking to make sure the second ban is not a mistake. But already we're capitalizing. We're taking that that Comfy there. As soon as it comes in, Thanksgiving has revealed that they want that Comfy. I just got DM'd 3 times from the side of Thanksgiving asking if Sugar Rush crashed to make sure that this ban, to see if this ban was actually intentional or not. I've not heard anything from Sugar Rush yet, so we're going to go with it for right now. We've not heard about any sort of crashes. I haven't heard anything from Sugar Rush about any sort of crashes or anything like that. So we are going to see. So let's go look at the draft then. We're going to see Kudon on Clefable. We have Gasper locked in on Comfey. And we have Cramorant on that Mr. Mime. We got triple supporters into Palmont and to Pikachu. We're going to be playing all around that Palmont. Meanwhile, the side of Sugar Rush got that Snorlax. Great engage, great block, be able to kidnap. Wigglytuff, being able to lock that in. It was a problem for 2 games straight. We're just saying, you know what? Let's pick it away from them. Jamixity onto that Tinkaton. Once again, we've seen this thing just come in and just be absolute monster. Last game was the only real game that Thanksgiving was really able to just shut it down completely. Mew got reworks. The basic attacks are now special attack based. Meanwhile, the trade-off is Solar Beam and Surf. All right, we are going to pause because we have that ability. All right, so we did have Crash on the side of Sugar Rush. So we're going to wait for that Ralts to come back in. They're going to say, you know what, the ban was a mistake, we crashed, but we're just going to play it out. It's the last game of the set, so thank you, Sugar Rush. Good job on you guys. That's great sportsmanship, so we love that. Even if they wanted to, would not think any less, like, good sportsmanship anyways. Super polite, so we're just waiting for the Ralts to get back into the lobby, because they were the one that crashed out. So once they're back in, we'll be able to unpause, and we'll let our teams know. All right, unpausing now. So 3, 2, 1, resume battle. Ralts is back in, so let's get this game going already. So we're going straight for the invade from Hero. There it goes. Mr. Mime back in the jungle, ready to take things going. Our teams are already going. They have not lost the momentum from this delay, and only certain other aspects were able to also be this quick in other productions. Well, we're not going straight for the jungle there. We're not going for the invade. We realized, you know what? It's Mr. Mime again. I'm just going to get got. So we're going to take down the Clefable Kudon, the first to fall in the game. 2 points coming in for the Snorlax. Mew gets the KO, but Snorlax gets the first points. I'm putting a lot of pressure down here on Kudon Fairy there. But likewise on the top here, huge. Going to get the KO on the Tinka-Tink. Cramorant and Comfey are doing great. Well, Mr. Mime and Comfey doing great. But I tell you, that Mr. Mime identifies as Cramorant. That is a Cramorant, folks. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at that. Look at that beautiful bird. Look at those wings. See him soar. But speaking of soaring, Pirate King did not waste any time coming into this top lane. Being able to zone out. Sorry, I am losing a little bit of focus. My nose is a little bit stuffy. I'm trying to unclog it. So there I don't sound, awful. But they get the secure Pikachu now level 5 Clefable now online. We got Moonlight, people. Woo! Hama is now going to be moving with the Comfey into the jungle there, into their central path to grab as much of this wild Pokemon as possible. Farming for their level 7. They need to get as much experience in their pockets as they can. Regidrago has now appeared onto the map. And as patch notes foretold, it is now moving bottom exclusively. Already we're diving in. The X-Speed is coming out on the Cramorant. Nice engage and nice secure from Thanks Gaming. Now we just got to heal it, but the Solar Beam is still coming out. Kudon is quick onto those as we now take down the Regidrago for the Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime increased score speed. Where are we going? Well, I think we're going top side. 5-man push into the top with Moonlight up. They're here. They're crashing. They're looking for stacks. And now, but Tinkaton is online. Tinkaton is a threat. Can we get the Tinkaton Hunter? No! They stood no chance. They spent all their time evolving. They spent their only time their only free time evolving, that by the time they stopped the evolution, they got one swing off before they just got stunned into oblivion. This is our first instance of Pawmont tonight. Empoleon was banned out for both teams, so nobody had to ban it out. We'll be releasing it for Scrims for Thanksgiving next week. But yeah, oh my gosh, taking down that Registeel. This is already so quickly. But the Regilecky is already going in. We have Hero being fantastic with the Snorlax, going to be able to come in and put nice blocks down, but Cramorant slid by as Cramorants do. Now we have the Showtime coming out on top of it. We're looking to take them down. Starlight Recital is going to come out and make them immune to all of those stuns and CC. Mew is going to back the heck off and get out of dodge, but Pawmont's already on top of Hero with that Mr. Mime. Huge Solar Beam coming out, but it's not as effective. Remember to get that damage debuff. As we pulled the KO onto the Wigglytuff, but we did not get the KO onto the Snorlax, which is a very important distinction. Even though they're both light bulbs, even though they're both Pokemon with EXP share, it is still important to keep that Snorlax up for as long as possible because that's your engager, that's your peeler, that's your kidnapper, that's your getaway driver, your nanny, your Instacart shopper, your door dasher, and your Chinese spy. Right there, all in one, grouped together. That is Snorlax. So, of course, you're going to keep them up, but nice. The Flower Fields Forever is going to come out, try to save JK, but 1, 2, 3 falls quickly for the side of Thanks Gaming. Now we look at Sugar Rush back on the board at 201 to 96. They are back into this. They are ready to go, and they are not stopping. The brakes are not pumped, and the brake lines have been cut. And they're just going full steam ahead. Zoning out expertly here. We have Regieleki into the bottom path. Who's going to be in the top side, though? Let's go take a look. Regirock. Already the teams are ready to say, you know what? We don't need that on the top there. We're going to take Regieleki, send it down to the tier 2. It's going to come down to Fairy to be able to stop this. And Seal. The Cramorant is going to be there. Well, let's take a look. Top side here. Tinkaton with the Gigaton Hammer coming in with the Thief. Going to be able to lock that in, going straight for the KO. Wigglytuff's going to pick up that Regirock secure, and it's going to also take down the Pawmot. Can we get the double KO for the Wigglytuff? And we absolutely do. 40 points coming in here, 72 points. Why are you not scoring, Tink? Could have got you 32 in. But 336 to 96, we broke the bottom tier 2 pad as well. Regieleki did go in. They took 2 KOs. We saw that Mew grab them there. Solar Beam coming in. Nice pivot there. I think that burned their eject button for that play. They absolutely did for that repositioning on that Solar Beam there, but it was worth it. Picked up a very crucial KO. But now we've got double healing on the Comfey here. I'm surprised the Comfey is healing and not the Sweet Kiss, though. Actually, no, it is Sweet Kiss. We just haven't really seen many effective Sweet Kisses yet. Tried the Heavy Slam over the wall, failed hard. Hero is a 0 on that play. Just making fun of you, just saying. But Regidrago is here, the last one of the match, the last one of the set, going to the side of Sugar Rush. The final scores boost from Regidrago has been blessed to Gemixity. The hero's already going for the engage. Trying to go for a Solar Beam here. We're going to take down that Pikachu. Pikachu's gone, but the Sweet Kiss is going to help get rid of 1, 2 for the side of Thanks Gaming. But 1 and 2 also taken down as 5 is collapsed. All of that thanks to the Tinkaton and Mew combo with the Gardevoir support. Listen, we may not have gotten a ban. Comfey may have came through, but is Comfey really a threat here? Is Comfey really the threat here? I don't know. Maybe we're worried about, maybe we're banning Comfey 5 games straight for nothing. As it seems like we are 339 points in with a Regieleki barreling down to the home pad with nothing to stop it. 14 seconds away from that Groudon spawn. No position for Thanks Gaming onto that into the Groudon pit, as well, allowing Sugar Rush to just take a very deep position onto the enemy side. We know that they're probably in the bottom here, so we have Cramorant and Fairy up at the top. Clefable looking to engage with them, and Pawmot is very low HP as well. That Moonlight is already on cooldown. We do not get any heals coming in. Thanks Gaming is in a pickle. They need something. Grabbed on the hero. They did it. They didn't just walk in and face check. They bush checked. Look at that. You love to see it. Start Recital is going to come out there, but we also have the Mystical Mirage coming in. Clefable's the first to fall as the Showtime comes out. Now we have the Pawmot dive onto the Tinkaton. It is an issue. It's able to dodge it with the Gigaton Hammer and take down the Pawmot. Comfey goes down. It's Mr. Mime in a dream. The very Singularity is going to come out. Massive damage coming down as the Wigglytuff Gardevoir takes down Mr. Mime. Fable's the only one left. Can we get in there? Can we stop it? No, we're not going to be able to. Don't go in. Kudon, stay put. They're coming to you. They want those scores. They're saying, listen, we could just back kind of AFK and we don't really need to do anything, but we're going to push our advantage. We're going to press. We're going straight to the top side. Comet does not get its Unite move from being passive. Oh, no, never mind. We're not pushing. We're backing the heck out of dodge. But Hero's trying to be a hero. He might make a 0 play here if all 5 members of Thanksgiving collapse on them. We have to be very careful coming into here now. Hero's looking for a bottom play. Clefable's trying to stop them. Pikachu's right there. 20 seconds. I don't know why we're trying to stop this. It's 3:39 to 96. Let it go in. Push with your team. If you have any hope of coming into this, it's going to be here. Here we go. The Suicune coming out. There's Wigglytuff coming in, but not going to be enough as Solar Beam rains down. The Flowery Fields forever, but the Thunderstorm's coming in. The Unite moves, but taken down by the Gardevoir. Future Sight 1, 2, 3, 4 to wrap it up with the final team wipe on Thanksgiving. This is going to end the set 3-3, but let me tell you, this was an amazing set to cast. This was an amazing set to watch. And guys, this was a pleasure to be able to do this once more. GG's to both teams. I hope we showcased what both teams are capable of. Pirate came 70k onto that Gardevoir, 78 on the Mew, 58 on Gemixity. We have 46 on JK, 48 on the Mr. Mime there with Cramorant and Fairy coming in at 34. We do have, these are the move sets, and this is the score look. Where can you find these teams? Well, you can find Sugar Rush duking it out in the Articuno League. Playoffs will be kicking off not this week, but next week. Is it next week? It will be next week. Playoffs will be kicking off next week for the Articuno League. And Challengers Rise will also be kicking off next week as well for another bout of it. So we're going into day 3. Because as we get closer to our playoff period, we are going to be getting more and more days for Challengers Rise. Some teams may end up having double duty for certain matches. So we are going to be on day 3 this coming Saturday, where you can find various different teams, possibly Sugar Rush, getting ready to play in the Challengers Rise League. But where can you find Thanks Gaming? Well, Thanks Gaming is currently the number 2 team within the Zygarde League. Zygarde League currently has 2 more games playing out. So we have a game against No Sweat this Friday, 9 p.m. EST, as well as our game against Arson, the 3rd place team, set for next Saturday at 9 p.m. EST as well. So that is going to be the scheduling for that. If you're interested in setting up a DM, shoot me a DM for any scrims that you're looking for Thanks Gaming. And if you're a manager and you're looking to manage a team, Sugar Rush is looking for one. Let me tell you that right now. As you can see tonight, they are up and coming. They are strong as heck. This is not a team to sleep on your laurels with. So definitely, if you're interested in managing for a team, helping out around there, they are definitely looking for a thing. So shoot Pirate King a DM on Discord. But that's all for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the raid.